How's it going, everyone? This is Western Slope Preparedness. Today I want to talk about the ultimate bug out bag building. I'm gonna get into like 99% of the stuff which I have here. Some of this stuff is just a choice that you can use your discretion on. So we're gonna get into that. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not talking about get home bag, EDC everyday carry, nothing like that. I'm talking about SHTF get the hell out of Dodge bag. It's just more of information based. Not every bug out bag is gonna suit every individual. It's gonna be some discrepancy depending on where you live, depending if you live in urban areas or you live out in the sticks, or just everything depends on that, right? So, well, let's get into some of this. You got to start out with pre-observation before we get into these materials. Pre-observation. So know your surroundings ahead of time before anything happens. Think to yourself, okay, if shit hits the fan, I'm going to go to a relative's house. So wherever, if I got to get out of here, I'm going to head this way to this general region, wherever. Know what's in between there. Know your obstacles ahead of time. Is there a river that's blocking you? Is there, a lake? Is there heavy woods? Is there gangs going to that area? Wherever. It could be just only a one road area that takes you that way. Next is pre-possibilities. So you're thinking, okay, I know this area. I know the pre-obstacles for this. Now, what are some of the issues that can occur? Is there going to be roadblocks up here? Is there going to be, is it going to be drought heat crossing this desert road? Or is it going to be snowed in most of the time at this particular time of the year? Just stuff that could possibly happen. If you pretty much know how military and law enforcement block certain corridors to go a certain direction, is that a good possibility for what you're looking at? And then there's post-op observation, which in my opinion is basically what is happening after SHTF. What do you know? What do you observe? Do you see, do you get wind of there is roadblocks over there? This place is snowed in, whatever. So you're going to plan accordingly to that. So it goes down to where you want to go. What's the plan? You got to have some sort of plan. Minimum, even if it's just all of a sudden, okay, you got to get out now. You got to have some kind of determination of which direction you're going to go to. How you going to get there? You're going to take your car partial, and then your bicycle partial, and then hike it partial. You can follow the railroad tracks, follow the river. You're going to follow the road. Are you walking? What are you doing? So those are all very important questions to ask yourself before you start building your bug out bag. The direction, you have to have a sense of direction of where you're going. Definitely. Otherwise, you're just roaming and it's not going to end up good. Bug out bag, carry, I'll get into a second. What's on the way? What's the obstacles on the way? Is there going to be water sources that you can gather water from? I'll get into the reason why on that in a little bit. But it goes along with food, water. Is there going to be availability to accumulate them type of things as you're headed that way? If not, that's more that you're going to have to think about taking with you, which is going to add on the weight, but you need to do what you need to do. So another thing is weather check. You got to know ahead of time, or pretty much know by the area location that you're in and the time of the year it is, the season of what you're going to need to get from point A to point B, or just to get out of Dodge. That includes layers. If it's freezing outside, it's good to have layers, but when you're hiking, biking, whatever, and you're going to accumulate sweat, which that's going to be the death of you if you have on them layers. So you got to peel off them layers as you starting to warm, because you don't want to start sweating, because that sweat's you're gonna sleep in an ice cube, and you're gonna get that hypothermia fairly quickly, and you already know what's gonna happen. And what goes along with that is rain gear. You want to stay dry, not only from sweat, but from obviously the elements. So food and water, you have to decide whether you can take energy bars or dehydrated food or freeze-dried food. If you got plenty of water along the way, it's a very good idea to take super light freeze-dried food, because you can obtain water, because obviously freeze-dried food needs water. If not, you're gonna have to take like dehydrated food or other means of that sort that doesn't really take water to you for you to be able to consume those. Protection. Is there gangs? Is there bears and wolves and moose and all kinds of stuff? You got to have protection no matter what, but what kind of protection is what's that question here. Bears, dogs, mountain lions, all sorts, and even humans. Bear spray is very good. This doesn't have a very long spraying time for it, so you have to take that in consideration. But something like this could be an absolute lifesaver in critical situations. Think about that. You might need bear spray or other pepper spray. I believe bear spray is less potent. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's less potent than human bear spray, because bears' senses and sinuses and stuff like that are a lot more vulnerable and a lot more sensitive, so they don't need nothing as powerful. So that's why I believe this is less potent than human pepper spray. So, is there going to be people with you? Wait, before I go back to protection, have your freaking pistol. I encourage everybody to have like an AR-15 or some sort of rifle combat rifle. It doubles up as hunting and stuff like that, but protection is mainly what I'm talking about. You really need a rifle. You really need ammo. You need to get sacks like this, stuff it with ammo. Maybe put your 308s, your 5.62, whatever in here, and have like your 45s or your smaller ammos in here. Or you might want something bigger. That's the idea. More ammo, the better. But damn, you can only carry so much because ammo is not light. It's one of the heaviest things that you're gonna have to carry next to your firearm itself or water. So, walking stick is also pretty important. Some people don't choose not to have those and stuff because they like use their hands for other stuff, and that's fine. In an urban setting, you don't really need that, but it is a good idea if you're not in urban. Also, people's bags, everybody's worried about their bags getting heavy and too much to carry, and your back hurts and your body starts to give out after a while. That's true. That's true. There's a couple different options that you could do with that. If you have somebody with you, you can split the whatever, but usually when you have somebody with you, everybody's carrying their own shit. I like this pack with the aluminum frame. It has this little thing that can sit and stand up, so if it's muddy, if it's rainy, anything like that, the pack will keep dry while it's resting on this. This is very water resistant, waterproof. This does have a rain tarp, if I can find it, and here it is. Well, no, not that one. It's up here. This is a rain thing that goes over this, goes over the whole entire thing, so added protection. And then it just stuffs in here when you're not using it. Keeps everything nice and dry. I really like this setup. It does have a water bag, BPA free, in here. It's located in here somewhere. And the hose runs through here, and then you clip it like right here, and you have it right, and you can clip it anywhere you want, and then drink out of it. I never really like to use it myself because here it is right here. It's a good size. Just because it'll take up more room, and I don't know. I have used it a few times, but it's just not my preferable thing to use for water. So, anyways, I like this thing because it has many straps. This thing is heavy duty. This is like almost 20 years old, and there ain't no rips. It's like the ripstop material. Very durable. These huge, thick shoulder pad things. This has a comfortable padded backrest thing right here. Very comfortable. It also has this mesh to keep your back from sweating and let airflow in here. Very good. And one of the most important things is this right here that goes along your waist. Very thick, very comfortable. This comes out like this, and it sits on your hip. So it supports it and quits that nagging, tugging feel that's associated with back problems. So you're able to carry a lot more weight with one of those things than, let's say, a standard backpack. I show it to you, but it's over there. You all know what the hell a backpack looks like. So, very, very good. They used to use these quite frequently. You can't find them as much as you used to be able to back in the day, but they do sell them. They sell them everywhere. So I got this one from Cabela's like 18 to 20 years ago. Love that backpack. Lots of room in there, lots of pockets. It's not MOLLE accessible, but there's areas all over that you can hook up MOLLE accessible pouches to it, just like it was a MOLLE accessible backpack. So the framing for the bottom or the top, and what you definitely want to take with you is a wool blanket. You take a 100% wool blanket, or even there's a lot of good synthetics out there. Highly recommended for your bedroll, because when you're sleeping and laying down and stuff, the earth is what's going to suck that warm right out of your body so quick, more than anything. You got to insulate. You got to put leaves. You got to put dry brush and stuff like that underneath you to form this little air pocket that generates your body heat and circulates in that little conductive air area, and it's going to warm you up. And you want to stick underneath you a Mylar blanket. Mylar blankets by themselves, they advertise you put it around and you're good. You could be in Antarctica, and that is not true. Do not believe that shit. It is not true. But what it can help is if you lay a thick, good one, whatever, underneath you on top of that that natural insulation, or maybe you have a sleeping pad or something like that that can insulate your body from the ground, and then this will keep in the body heat. So you have this in between your bedroll mat and your body. Very good, very important, and this is what that's good for. For over you want this, and then have this merino or wool blanket on the outside of this, and this is going to help insulate from this, because this ain't going to do much by itself. But this is a lifesaver if you use it correctly. All right, let's get into some of stuff. This is a good, nice, warm beanie. This is not a wool beanie, but it is a good one. Wool beanies are better. You need something, especially in winter, to keep your dome warm. Bandanas. Very good, multi-purpose, like I told you lots of times. You can use it as a face covering. You can soak it in water, put it around your face. If there's smoke, it'll help with that. You can use it to make tea, coffee, pine needles in here, steep it. You can have pine needle tea, which is loaded and packed with vitamin C. There's many uses, washing, cleaning. These, for instance, are the big bandanas. You can use this as for wounds and stuff like that, pressure. You can use this as an ace bandage for if you sprain your wrist or something. It helps with that. I mean, there's a million uses for bandanas. Always have, maybe not this many, I was just bringing just to show you, but I'll have at least 2 of these in my bag. Period. There are so many uses for bandanas. Balaclavas go over your head. This one is more like a neck gaiter. I'm gonna try to hurry this video up because I've got a lot of shit going on. Keep your neck warm. Very good. It's thinner and lighter than a scarf, takes less room. You can do that. You're breathing in it, it gets warm. One of these, very good. But these are the balaclavas. Whatever. These things are good to keep you warm and not to mention hide your identity. There might be plenty of options, plenty of times where you're going to need to hide your identity. You do something to save your life or you do something that you're going to need to do. One of these could save your identity and it could possibly block the cameras and shit that's spying on you and detecting you and looking for you possibly or whatever's going on. I got a few of them. So very good. Some of these hats. Keep the sun off your head. Keep the sun off your face. Also helps identity. Also keeps your head warm. And prevents you from getting sunburn on your head in the summer. Whatever. I got a few of these. So next, we'll get out the clothes first. Warm gloves. You need warm insulated. This is Thinsulate gloves. Very good. I had these for a long time. Perfect in water, snow and stuff like that. These do an excellent job of keeping your hands warm. Very good, very well insulated. So then you have these little straps to tighten them up at the wrist. Then I have working gloves, or what I call shit hits the fan gloves, hard knuckle. These are really good gloves, man. Wore these a few times. Help prevent blisters and all kinds of other shit, splinters and shit when you're doing something in that type of situation. Another thing for concealment is this military face paint. I know some of you probably rolling your eyes. I'm like, but I'm telling you, these are the different colors: black, tan, green, couple different colors of green, brown. This is going to conceal you. The most noticeable thing is your face. Like, say you're out in the woods, people's going to know a human face before anything, even if it's far out there. They can distinguish by the colors in the feature. Well, this camouflaging with this face paint is going to blend it in with the environment. If you're in that kind of environment, that's why the military uses it. That's exactly why, because it is highly effective in those types of situations. Really consider military face paint. It's no joke. Got my blanket. I got a 2-person survival tent. I'm kind of a big guy, so I like room. And plus, I'd keep a lot of my stuff in here. I can keep my backpack in there or something like that. With this, don't die in the woods. Extra thick, extra large, 2-person Mylar with a tarp tent. Very good. Doesn't weigh hardly anything. Less than a half a pound. Very good. This will be your shelter. There's different colors. You get orange or whatever. I got the army green because I'm not trying to bring attention to myself. More Mylar blankets. This is a camo bivy emergency sleeping bag. So I got a few different things like that. You know, you put one under you, put one over you as a shelter, put one on your body, and that's basically it. Don't get too crazy with it. This is just another little face mask, but very insulated. It's like a wetsuit material. Yeah, you know, who cares? So, and another big thing with the attire is have some good damn boots, some shoes, water repellent. These are my Salomon's Quest 4, I believe they are. Yes, the Quest 4s. I like them. They have a hell of a lot better ratings than some of them that are a lot more expensive than this. Like Las Sportivas and some of the other ones that are crazy prices, but they have a lot lower review and rating than shoes like these do. So I like these. They're very good. They're light. They do the job. Good grip. They support the ankle very well. Bottom line is, get a good pair of hiking boots so you can head on down the road. And with those, and ice, I live in Western Colorado, and most of us here in the United States, period, is suffering some big time winter storms that's just icing up everything. If you don't have snowshoes, something like that, you can get these. These are very cheap, probably like $10. You slip these over onto your shoes like that, and then these go around, and then these are going to be snow traction. They go over any shoe. So these work very well. Got one for each foot, obviously. They don't take no space. Just throw them. You can throw them in something like this. Throw them in your pack whenever you need it. There it is. Last thing for that type of subject, it's I have some merino wool socks. This is a must, especially in cold, but you can wear them in summer as well. Regardless, it's smart to have wool socks. I carry 3 pairs in my pack. At least have 2. I really don't like long socks like this, but man, I mean, you're talking about keeping you warm. This brand is Danish Endurance, but there's quite a few of them out there. This is a decent brand, so I do recommend these. But there's a lot of other good ones out there that are just as good. Maybe some of them that's even better. I'm sure there is. So that's it for that. Let's hurry up and move on. You're gonna need some sort of radio, some sort of hand radio. You got these cheapies, GX7s. I'm sure there's I got these quite a few years ago, so I'm sure there's newer ones. Some sort of hand radios is very good. I have these little ham radios that
channel mode, frequency mode,
a lot better, greater distance. You get a lot more channels. You can transmit, you can receive, even though it's supposedly illegal to transmit without a FCC license to do so. But I don't think they've ever arrested anybody in the history for transmitting when they're not supposed to. But very good to have some sort of communication, especially when the phones are going to be out and stuff like that. You want some sort of communication. Be careful, because people can track you down with these. You just got to know how to manipulate that type of system. There are ways. So, as well as not disclosing where you're at and so forth. There's ways of them tracking you down with that. So, let's move on. Very important, communication. I'm just gonna start picking shit off of here because there's so much shit I wanna just get rid of it. This is eating utensils. Titanium. It's smart to have some sort of eating utensils with this. I'm gonna scoot this a little closer. I don't know how much you guys can see of it, but all right. So titanium, whatever. They also have this hard plastic. Usually this ain't gonna break. This is very hard plastic. And it's also has a knife, and this knife is metal and it's serrated, so it's not really sharp or nothing, but it does have a good point. So you could use this as an improvised weapon. Goes along with this spork. Ba-bam. So that's it. Quickly, let's move on. This is a mosquito net hat in certain areas. If you're like in Mississippi, Texas, something like that, you're gonna need one of these. So go over your head, bam, you put it over your hat. This is what it's made for. And it could save you some freaking headache and shit like that. They do make ones for the arms and legs as well. And I do have actually a whole body one over there. So mosquitoes are a freaking pain in the ass. Got another little mosquito thing. Comes in their own little sacks. I like that with the drawstring and the little tidy thing in there. Next thing, move it along. Compass. It's important to have a compass. If and shit hits the fan, you're heading out. These ones are very complicated. You can get a simple one. These military ones actually have a little bit of weight to them too. So they make a lot of simple ones or different types. This one, you got to be very knowledgeable of how all the mechanics and everything work on this to understand when you want to go into that kind of detail, which then I'm screwed because I don't know how to use it. I was starting to learn it and then got on other shit, but it's something I really do need to follow up more on. They have books on it. You just look it up on YouTube and stuff like that. All different means of ways of learning how to do this. So compasses are very important, very useful. I suggest if you're not interested in freaking learning this one, you get one of them simple ones, a good quality simple one, and have that with you at all times. Let's see. Duct tape, Gorilla Tape. If you get duct tape, I suggest you get the Quick Pro. It's a lot more stickier, a lot more strength to it. Obviously, you're probably not gonna want to carry a whole roll of this, so you might want to roll it on a flashlight or something. Roll it around it, just a chunk of it, whatever. Because this, I mean, it's like a pound or so on this. I got the Gorilla tape, which is same concept, same type of thing. I'd rather have the black than the silver, you know, just more tactical. Paracord, very important. I have tons of paracord. I just brought just a little bit over here. So this is 1,000 pound paracord. The normal one you see is 550. It's not much of a difference in the price. This may be just a few dollars more, but paracord, very good. And then they also have this other cord. Was it ship cord or I don't know. Forget the name of it. I don't have any yet. I guess like fishermen's on ships and stuff, they use it. I'll get some and I'll show you guys. These little carabiners, S-biners, very good. Well, it's probably going to be hard to see these, but to have these, when you have paracords around stuff, you just hook the paracord, like if you have it as a little loopy type thing, or something like this on this flashlight, you could just like this and just clip it on you, and then you just easily just take it off. And these come in handy. They don't weigh nothing. They're very good to have. I even have a big one for some of the bigger things that I need. This is a Night Eyes. Very good and very good quality. Super good ratings. You push this up and it locks it. Or push it down and it locks it. So, very good to have. They're not that expensive. So let's get that over there. Moving on. Like I showed you before, oh well, these are these little clips that you can use for tarps or something like that. It is extremely beneficial to have some clamps for the tarps to hold them together. These are extremely strong. Very good to have these in your kit. Knives, knife sharpeners, just whatever you like is a knife, obviously. This is like an old timer. Has green patina on it. It's real old. Made out of bone. My grandfather that passed away like 10, 15 years ago, I got it from him. Knives. This is that one that I showed you on a previous show. This is a half-ass knife. I would not be taking this with me. This sheathing sucks. This has a little ferrule rod and striker. And it just slides right in there. That's a pretty cool concept. It has a little compass, but once again, this is really a piece of shit. So I'm gonna be taking that. This is a pretty big knife. I don't know if I'd be taking this. I like this. It's a solid handle, stainless steel all the way through. Good quality. Feels great in your hand. Chopping. But there's probably other knives, since this got a little bit of weight on it, that I would much rather have than. I will always like this Buck 119. I just love the shit out of this knife. It's a classic. It's been around for a long time. is super high rating just because this has been a legend in the knife industry for a very long time. So very good quality. Comes with this nice leather sheathing. Clip onto your belt, whatever, backpack. Very good knife. I'm taking this. You want a couple different knives. This is an assisted little pocket knife. Nothing fancy. But you know, it's convenient. Clip it on. I am gonna get some more better knives. I do like this Gerber. This is a good knife. Nice and thick. I do like this knife. I'll be taking this one as well. I like Gerbers because they're not too expensive, but they're great products and they stand by their products with very good warranties. Like I told you, this is just a machete that I showed on a previous show. It's nothing fancy. And like I don't need a damn machete for where I live in Western Colorado. I don't need this, but some of you do if you're in the lower states. Not this one in particular, but you may need a machete if you live near the swamps, which there's quite a few states that are in the swamps and a lot of areas from the Carolinas to Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, East Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia. There's lots of places that would need and be very beneficial to have a machete in their bag. Me, once again, another heavy object, but hatchets are great. Hatchets are great, especially if you're in that kind of environment and you know how to swing a hatchet to chop wood. Advised, very strong advice, is to get a sharpening stone and keep this puppy sharp. Keep it sharp. Carry a stone with you of whatever kind, brand, whatever. Very handy. Very good. It keeps it sharp. It keeps your other tools sharp, like this little pry bar thing. If you're in urban, it'll keep that little puppy sharp right there. Keep your machete sharp. All sorts of your tools, your knives, everything. So, moving on. This is another tool, a Scotch eye. This is a Scotch eye auger. Like I showed you. You twist it. You actually, it's like beveled on this end. So, well, you're not going to use the flashlight, but the idea with like a chunk of wood, you're going to pound it into another log and it'll cut out and it'll bore out a hole this big, which is the same size as that auger part that you can screw into a tree. You can use that boring thing that you cut out as a handle and just crank it, whatever. But you put a hole into like a tree or whatever, or you can make furniture with it. And then you could take that dowel that you cut, jab it in the tree, and you can make a ladder to go up a tree. There's many different uses for this. It's not easy to use this. I've tried it and I'm like, God damn, that shit is, you know, pretty challenging. Maybe it's the wood I was using or something, but it is a great tool. Moving on, like I was saying before, this is just a holster, cheap little holster. I don't show firearms on my channels. Yeah, just take it as that. But smart to have your firearms and ammunition. Have it clean at all times, ready to go. Flashlights. I love the shit out of this flashlight. This is a super bright flashlight. There's a little glow in the dark ring on it, but I love this flashlight. It is big, it's big and bulky. It has a little bit of weight to it. So I don't know if I'll be carrying that one, but there's plenty of choices of flashlights of all different magnitudes and qualities and prices and stuff like that. Just whatever. A couple flashlights at least. And I highly recommend getting a flashlight that you can plug in to one of these solar charging banks. Plugs in right there, which these do. This has little charging ports. I don't know if you can see that, but take my word for it. It had it. Very good to have these type of things. I like this even better. A little more bulkier and a little bit more heavier. But these power banks, this is made by Q-Tech. Very good brand. Somebody had texted me when I showed this a while back, and they said, oh, well, I don't know about that one, but use this brand. I'm like, well, I'll check that out. Then I checked it out, and there's a recall on the brand that he said that was blown up in people's faces and stuff like that. This ain't got no reviews like that. This is not under lawsuit and recall like the one that the guy was saying. So, not his fault. Maybe, I don't know. He just didn't research it, but it has all the cables in here. You can use iPhone, Android, whatever. You just plop this in the sun. You don't even got to plug it in, I think. I think you could just use that thing and set it on there and it'll charge it. But cool device. Got a case for it. Like I said, low bulky, stuff like that. But it's going to charge your flashlights. It's going to charge your phone if needed. A lot of lanterns now take USB C ports and stuff like that. Just all sorts of stuff that you can use this. If you need it, if you can get a good use out of it, if you have a lot of things to charge, or you like to buy stuff that are rechargeable, like I do, so you ain't got to worry about batteries and shit, this is the way to go. Moving on. Oh, another sharpening stone with a case, which I like that better. All right. Entrenching tool, E-tool. Like I said before, this is a military one. I really don't care to use it out here because the ground is kind of hard and stuff like that. But it's good if you can use it. If you're not dealing with rock hard gravel and stuff like that. Yeah, but I was working my tail off trying to do it in the backyard and it wasn't even hardly scratching it. So, all right, moving on. Urban situation, urban setting, urban survival. Utility key and a Silcock key. Very good for access to water. This might be your only choice to get water. Silcock key. In an urban setting, maybe your only choice, or one of your only choices that's a little bit more easier than some of the other means of getting it. Other than like your water heater and stuff like that. But after that's gone, you're going to want some. You're going to want to fill up jugs as soon as shit hits the fan, because other people have these too. Not many people know about them, but there's enough to go ahead and start cleaning out water supplies out of commercial buildings and stuff like that with these Silcock keys. There's quite a few things that you can do with Silcock keys and these utility keys. Look into it. I'm moving on. Little fold up glasses. Since I had trouble seeing up close. So you need thread needle. You need to get a splinter out. You just need to see in general up close, like I do. It comes in this nice hard case. I have some other ones that's in a flat thing and it has a mirror in the inside, but same concept. Very good. Also, I have these headlamps. I didn't really care for these at one point in time, but then I used one a couple times. I was like, man, these are actually handy, especially when you're doing certain things where you need to be hand-free and you don't want to, you just, very good. Got these 2 for 1. These are also rechargeable. So very good to have in there. I keep one in my medical kit, my medical pack. I took it out for the show. Another thing, a little grooming kit, fingernail clippers, toenail clippers, and this little thingy right here. Man, your nails grow. They're going to start chewing through your socks. They're going to start hurting your foot. You're going to have ingrown toenails. It's a pain in the ass when you can't take care of that. You can use a knife, but that's kind of sloppy and stuff like this. This is nothing. These are good toenail clipper set. I like to keep them in my little bag like this, where it has a deodorant and shit like that in there, soap and stuff like that. I like to keep it in there. Okay, moving on. Optics. Let's just get over optics real quick. Other than optics on your firearm, you always want some sort of good pair of binoculars. These are not extremely expensive or nothing like this, but this is damn good, high quality, high definition viewing from these binoculars. Yeah, so these are actually 20 by 50, but damn, these are like one of the best pairs that I have. So very good. But they are kind of big. But I live next to a lot of ridges and hills and mountains and shit like that, so I cherish something like that. This is binoculars, but these are small, compact. So these are also handy. They're not as good as the other ones as far as distance and stuff, but they are good. Comes in this little pouch right here. I have another pair in this hard pouch. Just a different brand. Very good. These ones are better distance. So that might be something you want to consider if you want to conserve space. So, okay. Sunglasses, you're always going to need sunglasses. Conceal identity. Keep the snow glare coming in your eyes. You need sunglasses. Even in an urban setting. You don't want people knowing that you're watching them watching you. Sunglasses, very, very important. Another optic. This is a monocular. I really don't give a shit about this thing, but it is an option. If I could even get this freaking thing open. But anyways, it's It's yeah, I don't know why this is such a pain in the ass to open, but yeah, don't get this one. So moving along, Nipex, told you, mini bolt cutters, chew away through barbed wire, chain link fence, all sorts of stuff. You can use it as wire cutters, anything. This will chew through that crap like nothing. You're talking about urban, you're talking about rural. You want to cut through barbed wire, trying to get through, trying to get out someplace. Many different things. This thing's badass, made in Germany. Super high ratings. Germans make good quality stuff, and this ain't no exception. So this is a must, and I definitely would take this, because this will cut through damn anything, man. Anything 1/4 inch and under. Just super strong, super great. Definitely coming with me. Of course, a multi-tool. This is a Gerber truss or something like that. This ain't no expensive Leatherman, but you know, it's a multi-tool. It has all the shit that a multi-tool has in it. I don't need to go through that. But very good to have a multi-tool for most of us. Big boy, silky. I have this. I carry this in my pack, in my get the hell out pack. So a lot of you guys might not want to use that. That's fine. Last one of these tools that I have, I showed you guys this before. This slides in. A hacksaw blade. It has all these, it can fit any hacksaw blade, it can fit any jigsaw blade, and it can fit any sawzall blade. It fit any sawzall blade. It fits all these blades, plus it fits the flat-sided files. So you can use it to file your tools or whatever. Great freaking tool. It's like $20 for the set with all those blades, and it fits any one that you buy from the store. Around fire started kits. Got lighters, package of lighters. Got Fresnel lens. This is just a striker that I'm not going to waste my time opening because that thing wants to be a stubborn piece of shit. These are magnesium pencil sharpeners. You can make fire tinder out of it and scrape the magnesium if need be to create a good fire with the spark. I have different fire starters, striking rods with the ferrule rods, different kinds. Very good. Here's another lighter with the waterproof case on it. Here's another one of the fire starters. But the granddaddy of all, and I will carry this SOB because it's a badass one, is the world's largest fire starter. Like I did a show on it the other day. This is a 12-foot length, a 1-inch diameter. The largest ferrule rod in the world with this good quality striker. I put a bicycle handle on there, like I mentioned in the show and showed you guys. Very good striker. This weighs 2.4 pounds. I don't give a shit. I'm taking it. So I'm taking this, and it's an improvised weapon. I put this shit on there just to protect the ends and stuff like that. But good striker, good ferrule rod, extremely good. So that's that. Almost done. Water filters. You need some sort of water filter to take with you and put it in your pack. Mini Sawyers are an excellent choice. They do a shit ton of water. Just pre-filter it with them bandanas and get all the sediment and stuff like that out of there before you do this. And this will extend the life of this. It says it does up to 100,000 gallons. Well, if you don't use some sort of bandana or something to pre-filter the water ahead of time, then that's gonna change dramatically, obviously. So, mini Sawyers, very good. You do have these live straws. They're good, but not as good as Sawyers. You have the Catadine. I've had this for a long time. These filters and stuff like that. This is just another option. Take it as you want. And using this with it really makes a difference. Oh, excuse me, with the mini Sawyers. Big difference. Very light. You always want to take these electrolyte powders, have a shitload of these, and put it in your pack. That is a must. Let's see. Hold on a second. I like packs to put within my packs. These are little magazine holders. Hook them on your belt, wherever. Easy access type shit. Maybe it's gonna be a flashlight. That's gonna go in here. So maybe that, maybe other things that I'll mention in a minute, but these go on the arms or the shoulder straps of your backpack. Very handy to grab things that you need to get immediately. You got stuff for important papers, documents, anything important like that you want to take with you. Waterproof pouch to keep them documents dry. Very good. There's just many type of little things. These are like the 7.62 magazines, 308 magazines, 30 round capacity magazines. These are very good to carry all kinds of stuff. Medical supplies, things of that nature. These are the bottle holders because you don't want to dig them out of your bag. You want to put these MOLLE capable things on the side of your pack so you can reach for it, drink. Very good. There's just different kinds of like these. I don't have to go through every one of them. It's just a lot of different pouches and stuff like that. There's tons of different ones depending on your needs. I have a little medical kit in here and stuff like that, which I don't need that no more. I'll show you why. This is a little medical portable kit. I haven't really filled it up yet, but here's my medical bag that I can go shopping from because of everything I need in here. It is packed with stuff from triple antibiotic creams to electrolytes, bandages, braces, rubbing alcohol, peroxide, cotton, quick clot, wound packing. I got splints, chest seals, vented and non-vented chest seals. I got more in there. It's just these emergency laceration deals. It's just so much stuff. All these non-woven gauze pads and things of that nature. Whoa, what the hell was that? This tourniquet, cat tourniquet, I have in a thing, so I can go ahead and put it on the side of the pack, and I could remove it immediately if need be. I have a lot more tourniquets in here too. So I got surgical gloves, nitrile gloves. I have a lot of these Israeli pressure bandages. I have lots of them. Here's one that's open. So this is a very good life-saving item. So yeah, I just got tons of stuff in here. I'm gonna get more stuff. I got snake bite kits, I got Q-tips, I got hygiene, I got just all kinds of stuff. So you should consider sunburn, sanitizer, bug spray, chapsticks, lotion, just soap, everything. Very important to have a kit with everything, because maybe I won't have to bug out. Maybe I'll stay here. And if I do need a bug out, I'll just go shopping in this bag real quick. So I got emergency blankets in here. I got just hand warmers and all just everything. Everything. Tick removers. So I don't want to go over everything. Next thing to end this, a good stainless steel water bottle. You can boil water, kill pathogens, viruses, stuff like that. Stainless steel. This is a 40 ounce. Very good. You can clip the night eyes thing on there, wherever the hell it is. I don't know, so who cares, moving on. But very good. Now, if you're headed in a direction where there's not much water, you're gonna have to take more water with you, which means more weight. This is a stainless steel coated, but it's stainless steel. It holds 1 gallon. I also did a show on this some months ago, and this thing is badass. It still works great. No leaks, no nothing, very tight. It has a pouch right here that holds a lot of stuff in it. Another pouch right here. I have it like packed with the electrolytes packets and stuff like that in here. And I think fire starting stuff. So this, very good, very secure, very sturdy. You can wear this like a backpack. You can readjust and retake these little clasps off, and you can put it on. It's smallly accessible too, so you can put other stuff on here. You can wear it as a backpack, you can wear it as a sling, you can adjust it to all kinds of stuff. Very good device. If you want to know more about this thing, go ahead and look up on my show that I did that experiment. So I guess that's really about it. The thing is, I know if I carried all this stuff, it's gonna be a shitload of weight, but you gotta have what you need to survive. Because I imagine most of you out there, most of us, are not that skilled where we can just head out with just a pocket full of shit and survive in the woods or survive anywhere, you know. But you're not gonna want to carry a shitload of weight either. That's also gonna be a struggle. But one of the other things I was gonna tell you about is they have this Booyah 3-in-1 cargo cart. Look it up. It's on sale, all different kinds. It's booyah.com. It's on Amazon, eBay. It's all over. It's about $250 to $265 for this cart, but it has I believe 20-inch bicycle tires on the back, and has like a 10-inch tire on front. Has a bar that you can push, real easy to push. It holds, it says 120 pounds or 110 pounds or something like that. But you want to take that pack off, put it on the cart. It's going to make it a hell of a lot easier. And those big ass tires, it can go up things and go over rocks and stuff like that. Very durable, very reputable, excellent ratings. It even has a little handbrake on the bar where you can push, and you can use it as a parking brake too. So you want to stop, it's not going to roll down the hill or nothing like that. It also has a handle up front that you can attach to it, that it comes with, that you can pull it if you're tired of pushing. Or it has a bar that you put on there and you can tow it with your bike. This Buggout thing's been around for quite a while. It's very durable, and it can carry your gear. It can carry stuff far beyond the size of the thing, because the thing folds out and stuff like that. And the whole thing's foldable, period, so you can put it in your car and stuff like that. It's very good. I'm going to get it here shortly. I like it. I've been looking around. They have imitation ones like that, but the handlebar comes like this, and people have problems with that breaking and stripping and stuff like that. This Buggout brand, it's just a straight, durable construction. There's no pivots or joints right there. So, and then it comes with pneumatic tires, but you can put, or you can buy some non-pneumatic tires, solid tires. So that's what I'm going to do eventually too after I get it. So it's just option. You can drape, there's no cover over it, so you just put a tarp or something like that. There's all sorts of types of things, but I like the idea of pushing. Also separately, as an accessory, you could buy this little pouch carrier thing that goes over the handles. You can keep your pistol in there, so when you're pushing, you run into issues, bam, if need be. Or maybe tourniquet, maybe whatever, things of that nature that you're going to need right there. Put your water bottle there, all sorts of stuff. It's a cool cargo stroller, and it's a lifesaver on your back. You can use the handle to drape over a tarp or something like that to make like a shelter, like a point, so you can keep the water off you and stuff like that. There's all sorts of things if you put your mind to it, what you can use this type of thing for. So that's really it. I went over a lot of shit. I try to make it quick as I can, but so thank you for watching Western Slope Preparedness. Have a good night. Catch you on the next one.